future leaders, welcome to class today. I'm Miss Aker. We've been learning a lot about winter, and we know that one thing that we think of when in winter is snow, and especially making things with snow, like snowmen. So let's sing a fun snowman song, and it's sort of like 5 little monkeys, but it's 5 little snowman. So get your 5 fingers ready, and it goes like this. 5 little snowmen standing in a row, each with a hat and a big red bow. Out came the sun and it shone all day. One little snowman melted away. So now we have 4 little snowmen standing in a row, each with a hat and a big red bow. Out came the sun and it shone all day. One little snowman melted away. Now we have 3 little snowmen standing in a row, each with a hat and a big red bow. Out came the sun and it shone all day. One little snowman melted away. 2 little snowmen standing in a row, each with a hat and a big red bow. Out came the sun and it shone all day. One little snowman melted away. 1 little snowman standing all alone. He had a hat and a big red bow. Out came the sun and it shone all day, and that little snowman melted away. That's what happens when the sun comes out. The snow melts away. I hope you had fun with that song. Let's see what else we can make with snow today during our reading circle. Welcome to our reading circle today. We've been learning all about winter, and it is so important that we learn about hibernation because there are so many animals that hibernate in winter. Do you know what the word hibernation means? It's sort of like they go to sleep and they go to a special place to get ready for the spring to come. And an animal that many kids know that hibernates is a bear. But there are other animals that hibernate. So today, as I'm reading this book called A Bed for the Winter, I want you to learn a new animal that you've never knew that hibernates. So let's get started reading and pay close attention. Remember, this is a nonfiction book. It's going to give us information and facts. That's a little bit different from a storybook that has characters and might be made up. So let's start reading and look for animals that hibernate. A bed for winter. I already see some animals on this first page. I'm getting my mind ready that these might be some animals that hibernate. A fluffy-tailed dormouse stops by a meadow. Cold rain is falling. Soon snow will be coming. The dormouse is looking for somewhere to sleep. She needs a bed for the winter. A squirrel gathers leaves high in a tree. He makes his nest warm for the cold winter weather. But a nest in the treetops is too high for a dormouse. The dormouse looks up, then scurries by. A queen wasp sleeps under an oak stump. She has squeezed through a crack in the rotten wood. But a crack in an oak stump is too small for a dormouse. The dormouse looks in, then scurries by. A golden-eyed toad sleeps under a stone. It is muddy and wet, and the toad's skin is cold. But it's too wet for a dormouse under a stone. The dormouse looks in, but then scurries by. So far, we've learned about different animals that are sleeping in different places, but none of them is right for the dormouse, so the dormouse is continuing to look. A mother brown bear sleeps in a den. She is furry and warm. She stretches and yawns. Here's a picture of a den. It's like a cave. The dormouse looks in. The bear's teeth are huge. The dormouse trembles. Ooh, can you tremble with me? then scurries by. I think the dormouse might be a little bit scared. Bats hang in a cave and cling to the rock. They huddle together and sleep through the winter. Look at all those bats. The cave is damp and dark. It's too cold for a dormouse. The dormouse looks in, then scurries by. A family of rabbits hop into their burrow. They live underground when the weather is cold, but there are too many rabbits to make room for a dormouse. Look at all those rabbits in that hole. The dormouse looks in, then scurries by. An owl with sharp claws flies over the meadow. He is hungry and watchful. He is hunting for mice. The owl swoops. The dormouse hides in a bush. Where can she find a safe bed for the winter? Let's find out. A deer comes to the meadow. She nibbles the grass. Her coat has grown thick for the cold winter weather. The dormouse shivers in the wind, then scurries by. The dormouse doesn't have a thick coat of fur like the deer. A storm is coming. The sky has turned black. Bees fly home to their hive. Ants run to their nest. The dormouse waits under a branch for the storm to pass by. Where can she find a safe bed for the winter? A snake slides through the grass. He has hungry black eyes. He stares at the dormouse. His tongue flicks in and out. The dormouse is trapped. She's too scared to move. The snake slithers closer. His forked tongue comes nearer. Boom! Thunder rumbles. Crack! Lightning flashes. The snake stops for a second, then shoots into the grass. The dormouse runs through the meadow. Her heart pounds like a drum. She climbs up a tree trunk. She crawls into a hole. She finally finds a place that is safe and dry. Snow falls on the meadow. The ground is frozen and hard. Snug in the tree hole, the dormouse is sleeping. Her long, fluffy tail is wrapped tightly around her. Her search is over. The dormouse is safe. At last, she has found a bed for winter. The end. There were so many animals that had different places to sleep for winter. Do you remember the bats hanging all together? And then the bear had its own cave. Today, I want to show you an activity you can do to show some animals sleeping or hibernating in the winter. Let me show you how to do it. For this activity, you'll need maybe a paper plate, but if you don't have a paper plate, you can just use a regular piece of paper. And then I'm using a blue piece of construction paper, but you can use really any color you want. And then some black for the cave or the den. And then I'm also going to be showing you another animal that hibernates, a fox. So I have some orange paper. So as we get started, you're going to take that paper plate and you're actually going to have your grown-up help you fold it in half, and then you're going to cut it. So after you cut it, you're going to have two pieces, and I want you just to take one of those pieces and cut out the inside. And this is going to become kind of the outside of our cave. So when we put the black paper down, then we'll put this over it. So that's what our cave is going to make our cave, okay? But we also want to make our bear. So to make our bear, I have some scrap brown paper here, or you can use white paper and color it brown. And you're going to want to cut out a big circle and two small circles. So if you want your child to practice cutting, which is a great skill to practice, you can draw the circles for them and then ask them to cut them out. And they don't have to be perfectly round, it's okay. And then they can cut them out and create their bear. And then you also need a white circle to make the bear's face and put the nose on. So again, you could have them cut out the circle or you could do that for them. Okay, so let's start assembling. So as you can see, I cut off part of my rectangle so it was rounded, and I want to go ahead and glue that down first. And then I want to think about what color would I want to color my cave. Now I could leave it a white color like it's covered with snow, or maybe I want to make it more brownish like the natural landscape of the den of the bear that's hibernating. Either one is great, and you can let your child be creative with how they want to do it. Or maybe I'll do a gray color to kind of make it like stone. So I'm just going over my paper plate. And if you want to, if you're gonna have your child color it, it is a little easier to color it before you cut it, but that's up to you. It's still good practice to stay within the lines here, the edges. And none of this has to be perfect. I like to remind my own children that it's okay if there's mistakes here and there. It's all about learning. Okay, so I have my cave, and I'm gonna take some glue, and this probably would need a grown-up's help just to make sure it stays down. So you could either staple it here and here so you're sure it's secure. I'm gonna use a little bit of glue today, but I know that that might fall off because the paper plate is a little bit rounded, so I'll probably go back and reinforce that with a staple later. So just kind of press that down so that it looks like we're looking in the cave. I'm gonna hold this down for a couple places for a few minutes here, or a few seconds, I mean. Okay, so let's get our bear in that cave. So I'm gonna put my bear, and you know what? I made a mistake. I'm gonna pull this off. I'm gonna glue that on second. That makes more sense. I'm sorry about that. That's what I said, mistakes can happen, and they're okay. So I'm gonna put this bear down, and then I'm gonna put the circle and then the two ears. And it's starting to come together. We're starting to see that hibernating bear. Oh, and one more thing to glue. We wanna glue there we go. And now you can draw a little face on that bear. So I'm gonna draw a little nose like that. And I'm gonna make two U shapes because the bear is sleeping. Okay, now I'm ready to do my cave gluing. That way I can make sure my bear's ears are tucked in there. There we go. So now the bear is safely nestled in that cave, ready to hibernate. Now, if your child would like to do some more for winter, you could make snowflakes with a white crayon coming down. You could even make a moon if you want it to be kind of a nighttime. You could make the snowbank here. And over on this side, color in that snow. And now you've created a bear that's hibernating in winter. Looks really great. Now, one animal that they didn't mention that does some hibernation is a fox. And so I took a small paper plate here. Again, if you don't have a paper plate, you can just use a round piece of paper, and then I folded it like this to make a point on one side. And then I did have to glue and hold that down for a little bit so you can put something heavy on top of it. And if you would like, you could have your child color the inside first, but I'm gonna color this inside part orange. And then I'm gonna have to draw some eyes. And they can use crayons or markers. All of these are good practice for their motor skills. And they're really fun too, to color and create and learn about animals in winter. Okay, and then I'm gonna put some sleeping eyes. And then the last final touch is I'm gonna take my scissors and I'm going to cut two triangles So I'm gonna actually do this. So I'm gonna cut that one, and I'm gonna cut like this, my rectangle, and then I'm gonna glue those up here for some fox ears. So I'm gonna glue those, and then I have two animals that hibernate in winter. I have a sleeping fox and a sleeping bear. Learning about winter has been so much fun, and it was really great to learn about animals that hibernate all through winter. And then you got to make your great den with your cute little bear tucked inside, sleeping soundly through the winter. Or maybe you tried out the fox, also sleeping and hibernating in winter. Thanks for joining me today, and I can't wait to see you next time.
Kindergarten is great at Kansas City Public Schools.
I know they have really good teachers. I know this is a great school.
They teach them stuff that I thought my kids would never be able to know at the age of 5.
Since deciding to send our kiddos to a neighborhood school, we've become even more of a part of our community.
Now is the time to enroll your future kindergartner for the new school year. Visit enrollkc.org today.
Good morning, friends, and welcome back. I'm Mrs. Gordon, and I am so glad you are here to learn new things with me. Today, I want to play another game with you. We have been working with our numbers 1 through 10 very hard, and you've been doing some great work. Today, I have a memory game of numbers. Sometimes we place numbers in our brain and memory so we can carry them with us to count things or write them. Are you ready to get started? So if you have any objects you can count today, I would love for you to help me. Get all your things and let's get started. Today, I have my memory game box. When we look at numbers, we can memorize them, put them in our brain, and go count things. That's how we know how to memorize and how to write our numbers. So I'm going to grab numbers from my box and pick it out and count items. I'm not peeking. The first number I have is 7. So I'm going to count 7 things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 things. Did you bring 7 things? These items make 7. I'm going to pick another number. Make sure you clear some space so you can count. Let's pick another number. I'm not peeking. 1. Just 1. 1 seashell. 1. Let's pick another number to count. This time I picked 9. You think you can count 9 things? Let's count it together. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I just brought 9 things. Did you bring 9 things? Make sure it's 9 things. Let's pick another number together. I'm gonna clear my space so I can make room for my next number. Let's see, which number am I gonna pick next? I have 0. What does 0 mean? Nothing. That means I don't have anything to count. So I'm gonna not count anything. I'm gonna put that one away. Let's pick another number. 5. Can you count 5 things? Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I just counted 5 things. Did you count 5 things? Remember, we were counting 5. You have 5 fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's count another number together. I'm making some room. Which number am I gonna pick next? 2. I only need 2 things. So I will get 2 things. 1, 2. I have 2 things. Did you count 2 things? Make sure it's only 2. Let's pick another number together. 4. 4 things. Can you count to 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 things. Did you count 4 things? Let's count some more together. 10 things. I picked number 10. Let's count to 10 together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I just counted 10 things. Did you count 10 things? That is our biggest number. Let's see, we have a few more numbers to choose. Can you keep counting with me? Let me clear my space. Which number am I going to choose next? 8. Can you count 8 things? Let's count it together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I just counted 8 things. Did you count 8 things? Make sure you have 8 items, 8 things. Let me clear my space. Get ready to grab more things to count. My next number is 6. Can you grab 6 things to count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I grabbed 6 items to count. Did you grab 6 things to count? Make sure you have 6 things. I have one more number. Remember, we're counting all the way through 10 today. What is my last magic number? 3. Let's count 3 things together. 1, 2, and 3. I have 3 ducks. Did you grab 3 things to count with? Did we count with all of our numbers? Did you count 1 through 10? Let's see if I can put them in order to make sure I counted all my numbers. Put them all in order. Remember, we said 0 was nothing. Okay, I think we used all of my numbers. 0 means nothing. We did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Numbers 1 through 10. Did you count all of your objects up to 10? See if you counted everything you have. You did such great work counting up to 10 with me, the different objects and items that you had in your home. Grab your nearest adult and see if you can play this game with them. Remember, you only need numbers 1 through 10, and you can count anything you like. And I hope that you have fun doing it. Until next time, I wish you well.
Herald Holiday Montessori fosters a lifelong love of learning for students in pre-K through 6th grade. Holiday is the only free Montessori school in the KC metro area recognized by the Association of Montessori International. At Holiday, children have the freedom to choose their work throughout the day, helping them to become responsible, independent, and self-motivated learners. Find out more or enroll your student at enrollkc.org/holiday.
Hello and welcome to Herald Holiday Montessori School. I am Principal Bass Barlow and I have the privilege of leading this fine public Montessori school. Holiday is an association of Montessori International School. As a member school, we adhere to rich Montessori principles and practices. Our teachers are Montessori trained, our assistants have Montessori certifications, and our students have uninterrupted work cycles. In their prepared environments, children have a freedom of choice where they develop order, repetition, and concentration. Here at Holiday, we serve children ages 3 to 12 in grades pre-K through 6th grade.
Welcome to the Children's House. In this environment, we have a mixed age group of children from the ages of 3 to 6. The prepared environment and the adult offer the children opportunities to reach their full potential.
In the Children's House environment, we focus on practical life, sensorial, math, language, and cultural activities. These activities are all developmentally appropriate for our children.
Welcome to Lower Elementary, where we educate students ages 6 through 9.
Here, we foster personal responsibility, independence, collaboration, critical thinking, as well as problem solving.
This is Upper Elementary, where we serve students grades 4 through 6 or ages 9 through 12. Students build on core values and lessons that they've learned previous years while becoming school leaders.
We partner with the Heartland Chamber of Music to offer String Sprouts. This program teaches our students instrumental music starting at the age of 3.
We work with our community partners to build leadership skills in real-world environments. One example of this is our composting initiative with KC Can Compost.
Visiting Holiday Montessori School. If you'd like more information about our fine Montessori program, please call 816-418-1950 and we'll schedule a one-on-one tour with you. We look forward to sharing with you more about the great things that are happening here at Harold Holiday Montessori School.
am excited to get a chance to introduce to you another guest on our show. And this show that we've been exploring is called Life After, which helps explore some of the stories that we probably don't hear a lot about after students finish their high school careers in Kansas City and go on to whatever else that's calling them on their path. So today I'm joined by a person I knew briefly, I think in one class, and wasn't necessarily someone I worked with for multiple years, but I remember you from just 1 year of my teaching experience. Welcome, Reneel McKeithen.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
It's good to have you, sir. So what we explore first in this little show is that year you graduated, that place, and then what you really remember that, you know, you still think back on from that time, that part of your life. What's a takeaway that you might still consider valuable in this day?
Yes. Well, wow, man. Well, first off, I just want to let everybody know that that started my whole journey because, you know, as well, Purcell Academy was an audition school, it's a performing arts school. So you had to audition to get there. And I just want to appreciate and let you know that, hey, you didn't have to accept me. You read over all my stuff for the creative writing thing. Right. And that pretty much started my journey back at Purcell because I wanted to always come back to Purcell. So I had to audition again. And I remember just making this portfolio or whatever of, you know, of all the criteria and everything that I had to have to get back into school. So you didn't have to do it, and you looked at it and you accepted me back in. So I want to appreciate you for, like, you know, around that time, accepting me back. So that was pretty much good because around that time in my life, I was just looking just to find a nice school so I can have a good career at. So around that time, it was very valuable to pick. It was around my junior year. I came back to Purcell because I started off there, then I left, went to Central 1 year, and then I came back. So around that time, it was pretty. It was a good blessing just to come back and didn't know that creative writing this time because I think I chose ROTC the first time, but creative writing was the path that I wanted to go in this time, and you know, so I wrote some good stuff around that time. I couldn't tell you about that time, but
yeah. And what you keep saying that time? What year did you finish high school?
It was 2004.
Okay, so we're going back a ways. 2004. I mean, you may have already said that, but I don't know that everybody's heard that. Like, so okay, I was only a fourth year teacher in 2004, very early in my career, also, and fun to retrace that far back. So take us back to that moment that you remember after high school. And I know you said you came and went back into the system and you found that valuable, but then what was that feeling like just finishing at Paseo and then deciding what you're going to do next? Do you remember that moment and help us kind of think back through what you did next?
Yes. Well, after that time, I was pretty, it was a challenge just to know where I was going to go to the next level, you know, and basically take my talents, basically like sports. But I was a sports player. I was really looking for a nice HBCU just to go to. I think I got accepted to Tuskegee University at first. That was the first school that I got accepted to, but my mother was like, it's too far for you. So we want to keep you somewhere close. So Missouri Western up in St. Joe, right before they turned to university, they were a state college. I got accepted there, and Coach Suber, actually my basketball coach, helped me out with that as far as signing up, and once I got accepted or whatever like that.
Fantastic. Shout out to Ben Suber, who, if you go walk the halls and move around in Paseo, you're bound to still see him there. He's still around and still helping people in that building. So that's one of those. And Coach Monaco. I don't know if you ever had Coach Monaco.
That was my Coach Monaco.
Yeah, exactly. So
it was
I was fortunate to get to work with both of those guys, and they're still, Monaco's still there also at the building.
Wow. That's what's up, man.
telling
was
you.
both of my basketball coaches.
Yeah, very good. So you went off to this particular school so you could stay a little closer to home. What happened there? What was your experience like?
Yes. Well, around that time, yeah, I went there for one year. I mean, it was a good party in school or whatever like that. But I did sports broadcasting was my major or whatever like that. But around that time, poverty got the best of me. I didn't have really a lot of scholarship money or anything like that. So pretty much I was just paying out of pocket, and I wanted to just get away from the city for a while and try to see where I can go from there or whatever like that. But unfortunately, due to not, I mean, I had average grades. They were good, but not well enough to where it would keep money flowing for scholarships and different stuff like that. I just chose to come back and pretty much earn money and see where it takes me there. So I pretty much had to start life early. Once I came back from school, I just pretty much just went straight into getting an apartment and starting to work or whatever. So
Gotcha. Picking up a 40-hour or more kind of week and just pushing and keeping going. Definitely. And remember, young people, there's not one path. There are many, and there's lots of different paths that come from that path, right? So you're in a different situation than you were then. Did anything in between where you are now and then that would kind of fill in a little bit of time? I know we got between 04 and 2021. That's a lot of years in between. So what were some of the highlights there, and then we could kind of explore what you're doing now.
Okay. Well, over the years, pretty much I've been like, it really teaches us that we need education or something like that to do a lot of jobs or something like that out here. But it seems like I went the other path. Like I went through FEC, I went through a lot of these funded programs that does the same thing to where you don't need an education to do them. And I kind of like got underneath by being a teacher. I was a teacher's first grade teacher's aide for a couple of years. I try to stay in the education field because I started to evolve around kids and, be around kids. So I went to Satchel Paige over the years. Maybe it was like 2008, 2009-ish. And they had special programs where you can go through the Boys and Girls Club and FEC funded it. So I did that for a while and I got in good with the principal and they extended me longer and longer over the years because I guess I was just very good at it or whatever like that. I feel like kids was my passion. I went into another direction and, mentoring them and different stuff like that. And that made me like a sixth through eighth grade basketball coach around that time. Wow. So pretty much that's where I showed that I wanted to be at and mentoring kids with, a troubling past somewhat like that sometimes. And I just knew I've been through the streets. I've been through, the education part and everything. I just knew all traits of it. So I just wanted to make sure that our future, can hear from a guy that's been through it all. So.
Man, that's so real and so important and so necessary and so what we need. And it hits me here, man, because I remember wondering if that would be my path coming out of school and jumping right in and thinking this is what I'm going to look back on and be glad I did and never hesitate a second. Because all those years, all 16 years at Paseo that I also spent there was so valuable, and it even gets more valuable as you continue to live your life because people like you grow up and we talk to them and we find out, down the road what's really going on and what impact, maybe even small or large, that teachers play. So respect to you for choosing a path like that and recognizing how valuable and probably how much you contributed to those young people. So let's bring it up to today. Where are you with what you're doing with yourself these days?
These days, pretty much I'm just working. I'm a family man. I'm married of nine years. Actually, November the 2nd was my anniversary or whatever like that. I have an 8-year-old. Thank you. I have an 8-year-old daughter. Pretty much that's my world. I pretty much do everything for her. You know, everybody say she's spoiled or whatever like that, but I make sure that she has everything. And pretty much I'm just a working guy. I do warehouse and I do security, and you know, my goal is to have a food truck. I like to cook very well. I used to cook for the Chiefs and the Royals back in the day. The press box, not the concession stands where you just drop it in the grease.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a difference. And pretty much.
What's your concept for your food truck?
See, it's kind of a secret because a lot of people are stealing it out here.
All right, never mind. Secret concept for your food.
But I'm gonna give it to you because I know it's still gonna work. Just for your show, I know it's still gonna work.
You heard it here.
You heard it here. So when y'all see Renelle out there, y'all know. Yeah, it's gonna be little fried winglets, right? And then it's gonna be funnel cake French fries. Yes,
right.
I don't see it nowhere else. And then you get all your little sprinkles, your applesauce sauce, however you want to do it, or whatever like that.
Sounds good. Pull up here to the BOE once you get that truck going, and I'll bring everybody downstairs. We'll be sure, because we do that on occasion. The BOE has visitors sign up every once in a while, and we have like Casey Cajun shows up and various other businesses that we make a point to support. So let us know. Let us know.
Oh yes, I love to cook for people. It's my passion. You know, and then besides that, I just take care of my family, and I travel every year. I make sure that I see the world and, you know, get away from Kansas City for a while, because, you know, life teaches us, you know, it's stuff out there more than a palm tree, you know. So
Amen to that. Well, very good. All right, so it's been fun catching up. The final part of this that we talk about it after we've kind of experienced what it was like to go out and be you, day in the life, and then many days in the life since then, is really what kind of advice you think you either heard back then that has still served you today, or what you think young people might need to hear just in their getting ready to go out into that experience. What's something you think you could suggest to them, or even older Kansas Cityans who also might be listening?
Yes, pretty much back then, I was really a hard head at listening to my coaches, to teachers, adults, my mother, my parents, a lot of people, but I really know that they had the best for me out here. So when you hear advice from someone, you hear knowledge from somebody, man, stay humble and, you know, just, you know, I say age ain't nothing but a number, but it's experience. So if someone older than you give you experience on things in life or something like that, yeah, you're not going to listen to it then, but you're going to realize like later on, ding, it hits me. Yeah, they did tell me, and I was a hard head not to listen. So knowledge is power. And if someone knows something better than you and you know, they let you know something about life or something like that, take it all in, be humble. Everything that God blesses you with, you know, stay humble, because he can take it away just as fast as he give it to you. You know what I'm saying? If you have kids out there, make sure you take care of your kids. You know, they are our future. You know what I mean? And yeah, I mean, I just say a lot as I'm blessed to be where I'm at today because I did listen to people like, you know, my mother, God rest her soul, and, you know, the coaches like Suber. I went to Central too, so Coach Bush that retired back then. And, you know, a lot of these people that really want the best for our inner city or anybody out here. If you're grown, just as well, I know grown people, we know it all, you know what I'm saying? But someone knows something that you don't know. So don't ever stop learning. Always learn something every day that you didn't learn yesterday.
Amen. I can agree with all of that. Well, thank you so much for taking some time to be with us today. Kansas City, thank you for taking some time to tune in.
Thank you.
If you like this concept and you want to be on this show and tell me about your path and how you found it and some advice for other young people searching, then just get a hold of me. My name is Chris Odom, and this has been another fantastic episode of Life After. Thank you, Mr. McKeithen, for coming on and giving us your narrative and an update on how you're doing. I wish you the best. Everybody in Kansas City, have a great rest of your day.
We're happy to have you visit our family here at Northeast Middle School. My name is Principal Schriever, and I am the principal here at Northeast Middle School. We serve students in the 7th and 8th grade in the historic Northeast neighborhood in Kansas City.
Welcome to Northeast Middle, the home of the mighty Titans.
Welcome to Northeast Middle. Transitioning to middle school is exciting, but it can also be scary. But that's what we're here for. I teach student success skills, a class where students get in touch with their emotions and learn how to stay on task in their courses.
Hello, my name is Mirna Naya. I am the parent liaison at Northeast Middle School. I communicate with parents, legal guardians regarding school information, events, school advisory committee, and more. I love interacting with students' families every day.
Hello and welcome. My name is Christine Dismay, and I teach geography and economics here at Northeast Middle School. We have a safe and nurturing environment in our classrooms. Your student will enjoy learning here.
Hi, I'm Laura Culp. I'm an 8th grade math teacher. Welcome to 8th grade. We offer advanced courses in all core subjects. Learning here is fun and rigorous because we care about our students and their academic experience. Northeast Middle School students are successful and prepared for high school.
AVID, which stands for Advancement via Individual Determination, is a college and career readiness program. Students develop the skills they need to be successful in college starting in middle school. Most students continue their AVID course throughout high school with the same group of peers.
Hi, I'm Mr. Fleming, and I teach PE and health at Northeast Middle School, and we have a wide range of electives including choir, band, orchestra, visual arts, creative writing, and much more.
Hello, my name is Kenneth Moore, and I teach 7th, 8th grade choir. Our goal is to ensure our students get the very best academic opportunities. Our students maintain a well-rounded experience.
Northeast Middle School is truly a diverse environment. We have scholars from all over the world, and we have as many as 30 languages spoken in our building at any given time. To celebrate the diversity in our building, we host an international festival so our scholars can get a true taste of the world.
Hi, I'm Ben Jonte. I'm the art teacher at Northeast Middle School. Project Lead the Way, one of our electives, provides our students with hands-on, real-world learning. This will give them experience in growing industries like computer science, design, and robotics.
Hello, I'm Ms. Shepard, and I'm the athletic director here at Northeast Middle School. Here at Northeast Middle School, we offer a variety of sports for boys and girls, including basketball, track and field, soccer, wrestling, swimming, cross country, flag football, cheerleading, and volleyball.
Thank you for taking the time to visit with us today here at Northeast Middle School. To learn more about our campus or to request a personal tour, please call 816-418-3400. We look forward to sharing with you more of the exciting things occurring at Northeast Middle School.
I chose manual because it's challenging and fun, and it can help me with college.
I chose manual because I wanted to get a jump start in my career with culinary arts.
I chose manual to acquire skills I'd use in real life.
I chose manual because I want to be an ER doctor, and being an EMT is my first step.
Kickstart your future today at Manual Career and Technical Center. Manual is open for all 11th and 12th grade students in both Kansas and Missouri. Learn more today at enrollkc.org/manual or call 816-418-5200.
I love Southeast because of the culture, the band program, and restorative justice.
I love Southeast because of the academics, sports, and students.
I love Southeast because of the people, the energy, and the advanced classes.
It's not alike. I love Southeast because the students here at Southeast are full of potential and they believe in achieving anything.
We are Southeast.
Southeast.
We stand shoulder to shoulder.
Join the Southeast family. Enroll today.